Hello everyone. If it's your first time to the channel, welcome, and if it's not, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to continue playtesting in set 5, this time with black and red Sabo. For those of you that may not know, his ability is you can put one Dawn under him, and if at some point during your opponent's turn, one of your characters with 5,000 or more power is going to be KO'd, that can be either battle or by effect. You can save it and they just lose 1,000 power instead. This combines really well with some characters that in other decks might not are a little bit riskier to play at times, just because there is so much removal in the format at the moment. Yellow has Gadatsu. Sakazuki obviously has multiple means of removal. Purple Luffy has Polly, has 9-drop Kaido, and so it really helps out 4-drop Kuzan, because like I said, in those other decks you play Kuzan and a lot of times he just gets popped immediately, whereas here you can play the Kuzan and then leader ability will save it. And so once he's able to stick, it just kind of helps out for a lot of your other removal. Unfortunately, black and red at the moment don't have a lot of synergy, so the majority of the deck is black, and then the only red card I'm playing is Rush Zoro, because it just helps. There's just times where you just kind of need that extra pressure, and he provides that. So for the deck profile itself, though, we're playing 3 Rush Zoro, 4 Kuzan, we're playing 2 Kobe. He's just nice removal, and he synergizes really well with Rebecca. There's times, right, even if you can't play him, if you pitch him for counter, then later on you can play Rebecca, get him back, and then use him for removal. We're playing 4 Suru, because it's a 2k counter, 1-drop that, minus is 2. 4 Borsalino. Blockers are really good in this deck, especially Borsalino, because if you can remove your opponent's board and make it to where their only swing is leader swing, then you just get a free block every single turn, regardless of how much Dawn they put on their leader. Running 4 Brand New because it searches out the majority of the deck. 2 Sabo. We're running 3 of the Bartolomeo. He's a 2k counter, and he can be Rebecca can get him back from trash. So that's really nice. I'm running just 1 Mancheri. Mancheri can search out the majority of your deck, right? Because she brings back a 3 to 5. So both of your Kuzan, your Kobe, your Borsalino, your Bart, your Rebeccas, your Lucci's, your Tashigis, Hina's, and Garbs, right? So the majority of your deck, I am just running her as a one of though, because there's a lot of other cards you kind of want to run, and most of the time you just play her like in the late game. For Rebecca, she's just broken at the moment. For Lucci, it is a little bit harder to get 3 in the grave, especially at least early game, and so that is why we definitely want to run 4 Brand New, because it helps fuel the grave for Lucci. Running 4 Tashigi is a 2k counter, and its effect can be used at times. We're running 3 Hina. You can't cycle, so so if you draw too many Hina, they are just bricks in your hand, and you can't fully get them out. But 3 is just enough to where you can see her. And then Monkey D. Garp is actually the heart and soul of this deck, because it's very hard to remove what's on the field since you have your leader ability, and then you can use him to get rid of most things in the game, right? You pair him with Kuzan, which is going to be a little bit harder for your opponents to remove, and that automatically can KO an 8 cost, right? And then between like your Surus, your Great Eruptions, your Ice Ages, that bumps it up to where you can get rid of almost anything in game. I'm running just 1 Ice Age, and then 3 Great Eruption. I would love to be able to run 4 of this, 4 Hina, etc., but the deck space is tight, and so just kind of these are the ratios that I found that kind of work for me. But yeah, no, that is the deck profile, and let's get into some gameplay. All right, and for our first game, we actually have a game against Sakazuki. I am gonna go second, and we have a really good hand actually, so I'm gonna keep. Gonna go ahead and Brand New. My only option is the Borsalino. It would be broken if Brand New could search out Lucci. That would be very nice. We'll take the first hit, and then he might play a Brand New of his own, which he does. And so I'm just gonna go a little bit aggressive. And I'm going to go 6. And then I'm going to go 5 with the Zoro. And this way, it forces him to Hound Blaze the Zoro. It gives me a 2k this time. It forces him to Hound Blaze it because since I put 1 Dawn on leader, I'm able to save it for free. So he can't Lucci the Zoro. But he has to swing with leader first. Minuses. I'm going to counter out of this one. Because if he Hound Blazes here, he could swing up to 8. Yeah. And I don't want to take 2 damage when I could have easily got out of 1. So we'll take... I do get a trigger, but it's not worth it. Because I'm going to swing with my brand new into his brand new. Okay. And then now... I can swing 7. Which he takes. So he's going to 7 Dawn, right? Oh, he wasted 3,000 worlds. That's fine with me. He's going to 7 Dawn. So he could Borsalino. Right? So I'm gonna do Kuzan. So that I gain a card. Because either way, right, if I play my own Borsalino, he's gonna bottom deck it. So I would rather kind of force him into that. Because that's his only way of getting rid of it. I guess he could Ice Age Houndblaze, but now, yeah. So this is where leader ability comes in very clutch. I'm able to save the Kuzan now. I don't want to go too low, so I'm gonna counter out of this one. Unfortunately, I don't have any room. Oh, I do have removal. Okay, so okay, I'm going to Rebecca, get back the Lucci, and then KO the Lucci. Unfortunately, that won't allow me to put anything on my leader. So we'll just swing 5 here. Swing 5 there, 5 with leader, Rebecca. And I'm actually going to play the brand new off of the Rebecca to try to draw an extra card. I do wish I had one more Dawn. It'd be very nice if I had one more Dawn. I guess I technically should have played the Rebecca first before swinging. That way, in case my brand new hits a Kobe. If my brand new hit a Kobe, I could have swung 6 instead of 5. And then that way, I would have been able to have a little bit of protection. But we don't hit anything anyway, so I guess it's fine. And we will put back the Mancheri, a Zoro, and we'll put back a Zuru to get rid of it. And we'll pass. Now my opponent's probably going to do his own, his own Rebecca Hina Lucci. Does he have Great Eruption as well to get rid of the Rob Lucci? 6 at face. And then he's going to Lucci. Well, I mean, all he can Lucci here is the Kuzan and the brand new. So I'm just going to counter out of this one. See, and that's why that one extra Dawn would have been very nice. What do I have in Grave? I can get the Kuzan back with Rebecca. Rebecca, get back to Kuzan, Hina. So that leaves me with 2 Dawn. So I'm going to go here first. I'll go 6, 7. And then he's probably going to block here with the Rebecca. Right, so now that we're in the later stages of the game, we're just kind of playing a grind game. I guess I could have Great Eruptions. That was probably... I could have Great Eruptioned the Lucci, Ice Age, something else, but this is fine, right? So we're gonna... We'll just do this here, and we'll just go wide. And then I do have 1 under leader now, so I'm able to protect something. So I do have a Lucci engrave. Yes, he plays Sabo to protect his characters. But he doesn't have a lot of cards in hand now. I mean, he can go 7, 7, 7. Which will block 1. Plays a Rebecca, draws a Tashigi. So gets a counter. I don't want to lose the Rebecca, so I will just counter out with a brand new here. And then here I don't have to do anything, right, because of leader. I do get another Kuzan. Yeah, we can just start swinging at his board. We'll go 6 here and minus the Rebecca to make him think that we're going to destroy it. Maybe he gives us a free block there. Or maybe he blocks with the Rebecca. But I'm just going to keep going after his board. Because I keep getting Kuzans. And so that's allowing me to draw. And it's allowing me to maintain like a grindier game. I'm going to play the Kuzan. That leaves me with 5 Dawn. So I can go 7, 7, 7. With these 3. Right, so 2, 1, 2. And then still play the Kuzan. And I'll have the 1 Rebecca blocker. My opponent's thinking about whether to let it go. He saves it. Okay, so now we'll go 7. I guess I should have gone 6. That's fine. We'll go 6 here. And then we're going to go 8 at the Lucci. Because now he has to let it go or block, which, I mean, that's fine. Either way, right? He's losing a 6K character. And he's going for game. If I take this and he Hound Blazes me, I lose. Let's block. And I'm going to be able to save 1 character on my board. Yeah. That's fine, right? So I can actually, no, I'll counter out of this. And then now I'm able to save 1 of my characters anyway from an attack. Yeah. So, and then leader ability saves it. And now he maybe has a Borsellino. But that's fine because we're just going to go in for game now. Right? I have enough characters on board to where, I mean, I just go 7. Yeah, and then my opponent just disconnects. I mean, I was going to go 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, and he doesn't have enough cards to do that. So, leader ability actually came in very clutch there. I was able to save my characters 2 or 3 times, and that helps in those grindier matchups like this. The only way he's able to get through that is if he 3,000 worlds, which he did use earlier, if he hellhounds, or if he 7-drop Borsalinos, which thankfully he didn't see any of those, but I did have an Ice Age to get rid of it. But either way, yeah, that's a GG to my opponent. All right, and for our second game, we have a match against Enel. My opponent's deciding to go first or second. Enel doesn't really care. Its ideal curve is first. Just because you can play the Yamato, but it really doesn't care. I'm going to keep this hand because I have the brand new, the Borsalino, and a Lucci. I think I might play I kind of want to play the Zoro here. I'm going to play the Zoro here. Simply because he can't Gadatsu yet. Alright, he gets his first trigger, gets a Shirahoshi. It's pretty good. Trashes double Amaru. And then... No, I should have probably gone 6. So I can fill the grave for Lucci. That's fine. It doesn't matter too much at the moment. I don't have a lot of reducers. So we'll just keep the brand new for now. His best play is Ohm Holy. I'm hoping he doesn't have it. And he just swings 5. We're gonna take that. We do get another Zoro. He does have the Ohm and gets the Holy. That's rough. That is rough. I'm just going to swing 6 first. See what he does. He decides to take. Thankfully, no trigger. And then we're just going to play the Borsalino. I didn't swing with the Zoro because I want to get cards out of his hand. And the only way that I'm going to do that is by attacking his characters after they attack. I'm going to pitch the brand new. If he Gadatsu's here, Gadatsu is rough. We'll give him the Bart. Maybe I should have taken that one. We'll take one, just in case he has the Gadatsu. Plays Ashura, gets another Ohm. Is he going to hit again? And he hits again. Man. That is rough. Rough. What can I do here? Alright, we'll start by swinging 5 here first. He lets it go. Okay, nice. I'm going to Lucci this turn. But I'm only able to get rid of one character, right? Because I can Great Eruption Lucci. So that's 5 Dawn. I could go 6/6 at the Ohm. He has a lot of cards in hand. Let me do 6 first and see what he decides to do here. Because if I Great Eruption and get another Great Eruption, which we didn't. Do I want to swing with the Borsalino? He's going to 8 Dawn, so he could play a Katakuri. play a Katakuri, which he can put his own Shirahoshi or the Borsalino itself. Let's just swing. We need to get cards out of his hand if we're ever gonna win. But we seem to be in a little bit of a pickle. I also kind of left myself wide open. We'll give you one of the 2K counters here. We'll give you another 2K counter here. And now we'll use leader ability because he's representing that he has Katakuri. Yeah. And he puts the Shirahoshi back in life. Can I get rid of... I don't have the cards in the grave to use my Lucci again. So here, let's just go 5 here first. I'm going to play Rebecca and Zoro. So that leaves me with 2 Dawn. So let's just do the Zoro first at the Holy. Because if he counters out of this, I'll swing... Let's go... It's a little tough. I have 2 Dawn, but I really want to get rid of the Ohm. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I need to keep 1 Dawn on leader. So we'll go 6 here. Does he have the 2K? He does. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get rid of the Ohm. But I need to get rid of something. And we'll pass. I don't know how we get out of this, because like a Yamato just starts. Now that he already has a Katakuri, like just Yamato just kind of does a lot of damage here. We'll go ahead and give him a free block. Because I still have the Rebecca. He is going to Yamato here, and he can KO anything on our board. So I need to counter out of this one, block the Katakuri swing with the Rebecca, and then leader ability to save whatever he destroys with the Yamato. Unless he destroys the Rebecca. Well, either way, right? So if he destroys the Rebecca, then I save my character from the Katakuri attack. So whatever order he does, I'm able to save these 4 at least. Right, Rebecca's dying. She's always going to go down. There's nothing we can do there. A 4-drop Kuzan earlier would have been very nice. Yeah, she tried to get rid of the they tried to get rid of the Lucci, and then I just used leader ability. And then now we just keep trying to clear board. Yeah. We want him to give us the cards out of his hand, so we just keep going after his board. It's really all we can do. And if this last one is another 2K, well then... Okay. Alright, we cleared one big boy. Can we clear another one if he plays another one? I do have the counter. I need to keep my board as long as possible. Right, so this doesn't matter because I can use leader ability, and then does he get another? He gets an Enel. Enel is really bad for me. I have to block that. Enel is very bad for me here. Oh, we do get another Borsellino. That is lovely. So first, we're gonna get rid of the attack the Yamato. Okay, perfect. And yeah, we're gonna get rid of it as well. So, oh, this is chef's kiss for us now. We were able to weather the storm a little bit. I need to get him down to 1 life to where I can then swing with everything. But hopefully he doesn't keep getting triggers. Of course he does. Of course he does. I mean, that's yellow, I guess, right? He's gotten, which, I mean, he procced one of the Shirahoshis, but he's gotten 2 Shirahoshis and a Satori. Does he have a Yamato? I wish this had a counter. If he got another Yamato, that's just insane. I don't want to let it go, but I kind of have to at this point. Yeah, because here I just free block, and then once he plays this Yamato, which of course he has, I'll just use leader ability. Mancheri. Mancheri can get me another Borsellino. Or it actually can get me a Rebecca, which gets me a... It gets me a Rebecca, which gets me a Borsellino. So that's 6 Dawn. So that leaves me with 4 Dawn. I mean, I really just need to go 7 here. And then I'm going to Mancheri. Put that back. And I guess one of the 2Ks to get a Rebecca. And then I'll play the Rebecca to get back a Borsellino. We're not going to play anything and we'll pass. And then next turn we will try to go all in. Oh, don't want to save it. It's so tempting to save it. But no, we'll just let it go because then he can attack my board. Seven at life. We'll take that one. Did he get another Katakuri? This is a free block. Sanji. Ohm. Does the third ohm hit? The third ohm hits. The guy is a god. He is a god, I tell you. Okay. First, we're actually gonna attack with the Rebecca. And we'll go 9 here. He actually can go for game with the rest of his board. Could I have won there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 swings? No, it's so risky. That would have been so risky. I have to try to weather the storm. I can play Rebecca, get back another 2k counter, which would leave me 3k counter in hand, 2 blockers. He would have 4 attacks, and he can go 7, 7, 7, 8 or something like that. I mean, I don't really have a choice but to try to do that, right? And we'll just pass. This is such a grindy game. But if I attack his life and he gets a trigger, then I just lose. So I have to keep trying to stall until I can put myself in a position to survive the game. Or to potentially win it. Yeah, so he can go 7. If this is an Amaru, I just lose. I have to be able to get out of these other 3, so he can do, well, this is a 6, right? So 7, 8, 9. I mean, I have to counter out of that one. If he has an Enel, I lose as well. Oh, this is rough. This is so rough. If he has an Enel, I just lose. Unless this is a counter. I guess I shouldn't have attacked with the Rebecca. I should have attacked with the Zoro. Well, okay, so now I just block. Yeah. Because now he can't win this turn. To kill the Borsellino, that's fine. Okay, so the last card is a counter card. Okay, but that's okay. Because now we're going to Hina Rob Lucci. To kill the Sanji. Okay. And so we can't lose this turn. And then we have the Rebecca block. If he tries to kill one of our characters. Yeah, so here we just Rebecca block. That way, if it's an Enel, Brule. Okay, and we got a Zoro. Okay, all right. I think we just kind of have to try to go for it now because we don't have any blockers. So we'll go 5. But the problem is Enel, right? Just all it's gonna take is one trigger. All it's gonna take is a Thunderbolt or a Beige. Well, no, actually, okay, so he took that. So that last card didn't have any trigger, or didn't have any counter. So now 5, 5, 5, 5 wins it, unless this is a Beige. If this is a Beige, we lose. Hey, and we got there. Okay, such a grindy game, but we were finally able to outlast our opponent, and he just disconnected because, I mean, that was it. Even if he had an Thor, right, or 2 Thors, I could have just gotten 9. Well, if he had 2 Thors, I mean, I just lose, but I mean that's highly unlikely. I mean that was a very, very good game. Yeah, this is GG to my opponent. Alright, and for the third and final matchup, we have a game against Green Kid. We're going to choose to go second, and then we're going to keep because we have the brand new. Now, this one, I've not actually played this matchup. I think I'm going to take the Great Eruption here, so I can Great Eruption Lucio. No, I might need the counter. That's a tough choice. Let's just take the Great Eruption just in case. But I've never played this matchup, but I'm assuming he's just going to go aggressive at my face the entire time. So Borsalino would be really nice. Unfortunately, we don't have one. So we're just going to go 6 and then 5 with the Zoro. Okay, that's fine. Oh, is this the jank version? So there's an event. I don't know if this is that version or not, but there's an event heavy Green Kid list that's going around. Okay, he's playing X Drake, so it's not. Okay, but there's a jank. There's an event heavy list where just all of the triggers are to rest your characters. I'm gonna counter out of this one. Because if he decides to swing into it again, then I can just use leader ability to save it this time. And then now I'm just going to swing 5. I'll swing 6. And then I'm going to play the Sabo. We'll trash a Hina. Ice Age or Great Eruption. He's going to 7 Dawn. If he plays Kid, we'll get rid of the Great Eruption for now. If he plays 8-drop Kid, then I'll need the Ice Age later on. Yeah, I'll take 1. And then I'll take my free block with the Sabo. And we'll just go from there. Okay, and I do get a Borsalino now. And I could also play a Rebecca. No, there's no point in playing the Rebecca, right? Because then I won't be able to put any Dawn on the leader. But I do need to put the Borsalino. So, let's just swing here first. We'll just swing 5. See if he takes. And then I can go 5, 6, 7. And then play a Borsalino. We'll go 6 here in case he takes that one. And that way he won't, if he gets a Punk Gibson out of life, he won't be able to rest my Sabo. And then we're just going to go 7 with leader. So he has to give me 2 cards. Yeah, and he does. And then I'll play the Borsalino and then pass. The blockers have been huge in this matchup. I assume that's the play. Because he wants to... I mean, I guess he could still go 11-11. Okay, so I do need to be careful. Because he can play Izo. He can play Yamato to rest my blockers. I can't die this turn, but... 9 at Sabo? 9 at life. I'm going to take the free block now so he can't play anything that rests my Borsalino and punishes me. Well, I guess he can't really play anything for 2 that would rest. I mean, Sugar. I lied. We saw Sugars, right? He restands and swings for 9. We'll take. We'll use the trigger because he has a Gibson. Yeah, so this is a Gibson. So that's fine. We'll just go 5. Yeah, see? We knew that was a Gibson. So now we can just go 5 here. If this is not a Gibson out of life, then we're just going to go 7 and then the rest on leader. He did get a Charleston. Okay. So either way, we're going to put 1 Don here. And then we'll go here. And then we'll play a Bart for the brand new. So we have 3 blockers. Just in case he draws anything that can rest some of my blockers. And rather not have to deal with any of the shenanigans. And then we put the 1 Dawn so that I can get my free blocks. Yeah, and then my opponent just concedes there. The blockers were massive this game. Just kind of prevent him from being as aggressive as he wants. And it seems like, okay, so this is the event heavy list that I was mentioning. You see they play 1-2 Django, not even for the main, just hoping to get it at a trigger because it rests a 4 or less. The Charleston, as you saw, rests a leader. They play heavy Sugars. Same thing here, the MH5. They use it for same thing, the trigger rests a 5 or less. So it's really just a bunch of triggers to rest all of your opponent's blockers and then use leader to swing aggressively at face. Thankfully, we were able to navigate that game pretty well and yeah, take it. So that's a GG to my opponent. All right. And for our final thoughts, we had some really good games today. We actually had 2 very meta games and a fan favorite in Green Kid. So we played Blue Black Sakazuki, a Yellow Enel, and then the Green Kid. All of which are very hard matchups, especially since we're kind of playing an off-meta deck ourselves. And we were able to navigate those pretty well. So it's just the meta decks, most of those games are going to be a little bit grindier. And so it's gonna come down to a lot of the small decisions that you make, and then just kind of knowing what their possible plays are, right? And making it to where you force your opponent to make the plays that you want them to make to minimize some of the damage that those decks are able to do. And then just kind of just grind out the game. The Kuzans, as you saw in the yellow matchup, were massive, and the Sakazuki matchup were massive because we can play them and keep drawing cards. We were able to use the Mancheri to get back Rebecca, to get back a Borsellino in one of the games, and so that's why we play some of these grindier cards. And then the Garp didn't get to put in as much work as we would have liked in those games, but trust me, he is honestly the MVP. If we would have seen him in some of those games, it might, maybe not including the Green Kid, right, because he didn't play any characters, but the Enel or the definitely the Enel would have been a lot easier because we could have just gotten rid of his board little by little, and then he would have swung into it as a 6k body, would have been able to defend it easy, and then use leader ability to save it. So had we seen this one in the yellow matchup, it wouldn't have been as grindy. But either way, we were able to take all of the games, showcase the leader's ability and how strong it can actually be to save your board. And honestly, it's a really fun deck. So if you enjoyed the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. We had one of our videos hit 400 views the other day, which is amazing. I really appreciate all of the support that we've been receiving lately, and I hope to keep putting out more and more videos. If there are any leaders that you'd like to see, please don't hesitate, put them in the comments. I'll try to make some videos. But with that, thank you all so much, and I hope you have an amazing day.